Hi everyone, it's me, Allison, and this is my persuasive speech on why you shouldn't use indoor tanning beds. With the summer approaching, I thought this topic would be interesting because we hear it all the time about covering up and using sunscreen and protection, yet I know some of us don't. So I'm going to hit on the importance of my topic of why you shouldn't use indoor tanning beds, but I'm also going to hit on the importance of sun protection from the sun's natural ultraviolet rays so that this information can be beneficial for everyone. We all know that the sun and ultraviolet rays can cause skin cancer, yet I found in my research that 1 in 3 women use tanning beds. So we know that it causes skin cancer, the sun, yet 1 in 3 women still use tanning beds. So I'm going to go over my 4 main points, and those are the risks, the signs and symptom effects of indoor tanning, the myths of indoor tanning beds, some preventative and alternative measures that we can take from natural sun rays, and the statistics related to indoor tanning and melanoma. First, I'm going to talk to you about what skin cancer is and why the sun and ultraviolet rays are major risk factors. Ultraviolet rays from the sun and tanning beds alter the DNA makeup in the cells underneath your skin that will turn into skin cancer. So skin cancer is the most common type of cancer, and the most serious one is melanoma. Melanocytes are skin pigments under the surface layers of the skin that produce skin color, and when they are exposed to ultraviolet rays, they could turn into a malignancy, which is called melanoma. Melanoma can spread to other parts of your body and to other organs, causing metastatic carcinoma, which is a more dangerous and could lead to more fatal forms of cancer. So knowing the signs and symptoms and how you can identify skin cancer is really important to know. Knowing the signs of existing moles or the appearance of any new moles are important. A great way that you could remember how to identify an irregular mole is by knowing the ABCDs of melanoma. And those are for asymmetry, border irregularity, color, and diameter. I found a couple of pictures that kind of could show you what the difference is between each type of mole that could be on anybody's body. So a normal mole would just look like a regular normal size mole. It has an even color, there's no jagged edges or any kind of blurriness to it. Melanoma is more darker. You can see here it's more darker, it is larger, and it could be also multicolored, and this could spread to other body parts and organs. The squamous cell and basal cell carcinoma, those are both carcinomas of the skin as well as melanoma. These typically don't spread as much as melanoma, but they are serious, and you should, if you notice them on your body, it's important to get them removed too. These typically are more bump-like, and some of the time they will ooze or they may drain. They could be sore or they could be itching as well. So these are really important to get checked by a dermatologist or a surgeon so they could remove those. And the melanoma is also really important to get checked and get treated quickly. So the other main point that I want to talk to you guys about is the myths that we may hear when or if you go indoor tanning. The CDC explains a couple of them. I'm going to talk to you about 2 of them. Some people may say that tanning indoors is safer than tanning in the sun, and this is false because indoor tanning and tanning outside are both actually dangerous. They're both carcinogens because you're being exposed to ultraviolet rays, and you can still get a burn from tanning indoors, and any tan indicates damage to your skin. Another myth that people say is that indoor tanning is a safe way to get vitamin D, which prevents many health problems. Vitamin D is important for your body for bone growth and bone structure, but the safest known way is actually through diet or supplements, and it's not through the sun. I found a great article that showed multiple studies of the effects of tanning beds with links to skin cancer, and it also talked about the effects of vitamin D absorption in tanning beds, and they stated that UVB radiation is required for photosynthesis of the vitamin D in the skin, and the UVB radiation is known to be a carcinogen. But typically UVA radiation are used in tanning beds, so it's not effective for the vitamin D photosynthesis. My third main point is on the prevention and alternative measures that we can take. The CDC lists a couple great preventative tips, and some of them are to seek shade, especially during the midday, wear a hat that would cover your face and neck and ears, to wear sunglasses that protect both UVA and UVB radiation, and to wear sunscreen that is at least 15 or higher, and that it says broad spectrum on it because you want it to protect both UVA and UVB. And of course the main preventative measure is to avoid tanning beds. Some alternatives that we can use to get that nice natural sun glow is to just use a makeup like bronzer that have at least a SPF of 15. You can use self tanners or even spray tans. Even natural sunlight is still better because you're not using those high pressured sun lamps, as long as you protect yourself from the UVA and UVB by putting some sunscreen on when you're out in the sun. My last main point are on the statistics that I found that backs up why you shouldn't use indoor tanning beds and why you should use proper skin protection when outdoors. And the CDC claims that in 2009, there were 61,646 people diagnosed with melanoma, and 9,199 people died from melanoma. And the incidence of skin cancers are rising 4 to 5% each year. The American Cancer Society rates that skin cancer is actually found epidemic, and that there are an estimated 76,250 new cases of melanoma in the United States this year. The American Melanoma Foundation states 1 in 34 Americans have a lifetime risk for developing melanoma, and that just one indoor tanning session increases a user's chance of developing melanoma by 20%. Another great website that I found that had some great statistics was the Skin Cancer Foundation, and they said that 74% of people are more likely to develop melanoma than those who have never tanned indoors, and that 76% of melanoma cases were actually attributed to tanning beds. So you can see the risks that are directly linked to skin cancer and tanning beds. If you want more information about skin cancer or melanoma, you could go to the Skin Cancer Foundation website, the CDC website, the American Melanoma Foundation, and also the American Cancer Society. Those are all great, reliable, resourceable websites that you could find information. So I talked about the risks, the signs and symptoms of effects, the myths of tanning beds, some preventative and alternative measures, and I backed it all up with the statistics that I found. There is one good thing from all of this, and that is that death from melanoma is actually decreasing, but this is because we are diagnosing earlier. People are more aware of the changes of their skin, and we have better diagnostic methods. So the earlier, the better. But no matter which way you look at it, ultraviolet rays can still cause harm to your body, just like smoking cigarettes, because they're both known type 1 carcinogens. So I hope you liked my presentation. I hope you learned something. And I hope when the summer comes and you're out in the sun, I hope you use some sunscreen to protect yourself. So thank you for listening.